Shot62 here, and today we are back with my Unova Pokemon tier lists. Uh, so, um, Last time I did Sinnoh, and that was a little bit ago, and I'm excited to finally get to Unova because Unova is either a Pokemon that's loved or Unova is either a Pokemon region that is either loved or hated by everyone. It is very rare when someone just feels middle of the road about this generation. So I'm curious about where my opinions land among everyone else. Oh, I forgot my it was an excellent, great, decent, mid, bad. I forgot the sections. Alright, let me double check something, and then I am good to go. Yep. Okay. So first up, we have Victini, who is the only Pokemon I think in any Pokedex who comes before the starters, which is interesting. Um, I like it a fair bit. It's a pretty solid design. I like it's you can see the visualizations with the letter V, which it stands for. Well, it doesn't stand for it, but that's like one of its inspirations, and the other ones like how it means victory and stuff like that. Um, I'll put it in decent so far. I might change that later, but I think that's fine for now. Yeah. The Snivy line. I think it goes somewhere like this. Personally, with Superior up top and the other two falling somewhat behind. Um, Superior, I'd say, is a pretty great design. Um, Even as far as starter Pokemon go, I like it a fair bit more than most people. Um, Snivy and Servine, though, are just pretty alright. Um, Not quite low enough to get into the mid one. Well, Servine might be. But, yeah. I think that's fine where that is. For now, I'll move stuff later if I feel like it's appropriate, but, yeah. Tepig line. This is one that definitely goes like this, and Tepig is quite a bit above these other two forms. Tepig might be my favorite first stage starter from this region. It's pretty cute. The only thing that really holds back its design is the start of its like what is that, a leotard? Is that what it's called? No, that's not. I don't know what it's called. It's like the wrestling uniform. It just doesn't look good on it. It looks kind of like a diaper, honestly, and I don't really like that. Um, that Embor is. I'm actually gonna rank Pignite first because I know that I think that one is bad. The design just does not work for me. It looks really clumsy, and I just don't. It looks clumsy. It looks awkward. It's just does not look right at all. Embor, I think I'll say mid. Um, I definitely hated this Pokemon design in the past, but I think I've sort of leveled out a little bit. It doesn't look nearly as bad as Pignite, at least. Um, but again, I'll drop that down if I feel like I need to. Oshawott is very interesting. Um, the design changes a lot between the three stages, so much so that I'd say it's pretty hard to actually compare the three. Um, I would say that Oshawott is up here. It's pretty cute. I think I like it more than Tepig, especially if you take into account the anime scenes where it's just talking nonsense. um, and then Dewott and Samurott. I'd say Dewott's probably a. No, we'll put them all up here. I don't know exactly which order I have these three in, so don't take this as like my definitive ranking of the three. That's just where I'm gonna leave them because they're all pretty similar in my opinion. I'd say probably that. I don't know. Samurot's kind of a little awkward. And the fact that it just completely changed animals is another thing that was just really weird to me. Like, that's not an otter, obviously. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just found it really weird. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of cool though. Superior is definitely the one I pick though. Usually, Superior is my favorite overall of the designs. Although Oshawott might be my favorite line. So I don't know. It's a pretty weird region starter wise. Watchog or Patrat and Watchog. Patrat is pretty mediocre. Just, just, and Watchog's also pretty mediocre. I don't really have any specific thoughts about either of them. They're just kind of whatever. Lillipup is really cute. I'd say it probably goes somewhere up here, and then Herdier is this one, I think. It's all right. And I was just looking at this Pokedex yesterday, and I remember everything's names. um, God, what is this one called? uh, what is this called? Uh, no, not Herdier. Hold on. Sorry, I googled it real quick because I don't know. I'm staring at it and I cannot cannot remember its name. Stoutland. That's what it's called. Okay. God, I completely brain farted there. um, Stoutland is pretty good overall. I'll place it like there, I think. I'm actually gonna raise Victini. That's fine, I think. But yeah, Stoutland's all right. A bit too hairy for me, but it's all right. Purloin and Liepard. Purloin is all right. Um, um, Probably put it at the top of mid. Liepard as well. Nothing stand out about them, though I'm a bit surprised that they don't get more attention from that part of the internet than or at least compared to a lot of other Pokemon. But whatever. I don't know. I've just been on the internet too much. I thought I would know what to expect from them. Um, the Elemental Monkeys. Okay. All the first forms are pretty cute, honestly. Um, yeah, I'll put them up there. Um, I think that's a good order for them. As for the later forms, Simi Sage is actually fine, mostly. The ears are a bit much, as is the hair, but it's fine. Um, Semi-Poor is mediocre. Um, Probably somewhere like here. Or I'll put it up here, actually. Semi-Sage is bad. I think I like it a bit more than Pignite now, but it definitely used to be like one of my least favorite Pokemon at some point. And it probably still is. I just don't know exactly how hard down I put it. Muna and Musharna. Muna is cute, but otherwise just kind of alright. I don't really even think about it that much. Musharna is definitely higher. Um, Probably like there. Bit of weird inspiration to me, but it works. It does. I just it's not really the first psychic type that comes to mind when I think of Gen 5. It just kind of makes it a little bit more forgettable for me, but it's a good design. Um, Pit of Line. Pit of Tranquil and the two Unpheasants. The first Unpheasant is the best. This is not really up for discussion. We'll put it like there. Pit of is generic bird. Yeah. Tranquil is bigger generic bird. And pheasant I honestly like even less. I like the female version even less just because the male version at least has something going on here with like the vibrant lower colors of the green and the mask thing going on. And pheasant just looks so plain and it's really boring. The female one anyway. Blitzel and Zebstrika. Blitzel is really cute. I like its design quite a bit. Not more than little pups though. Zebstrika though I think is gonna be the first Pokemon I put in S tier. Really good design. It looks just like what you think an electric Zebo would look like, and it doesn't look bad at all. Roggenrola looks surprisingly cute for being a rock that looks like it became a pencil sharpener. I'll put it like there. Boldor is a lot more down here. Probably even way down there. Gigalith, on the other hand, is way up there. Gigalith is another excellent Pokemon. I'm glad we got two back to back because it was looking a little bit towards the middle slash bottom heavy for this region. And I'm glad I was able to steer it back up towards the positive because this is a really good generation as far as Pokemon are concerned. And I think a lot of people forget that, especially if they're older or younger. Like the people who are around during this generation, they tend to like a lot of these Pokemon. But if you're like a Gen 1er or like a kid just starting out, you don't really think much of these designs. Woobat and Swoobat. Woobat's cute, but nothing really to it otherwise. Yeah. Swoobat is alright. Yeah, it's just alright. Like, eh. Drillbur and Excadrill. Drillbur is cute, but just alright. Yeah, I think that's fair. Excadrill's another one that goes up top here. I think I'll put it there. Excadrill is a really well designed Pokemon. It has a pretty cool typing. It's really strong. Just a reminder that I don't rate Pokemon based off strength, but if if it's something that comes up, then I'm going to talk about it. And in this case, I feel like it really applies. Audino is just such a very obvious attempt to remake Chansey. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Yeah, no. Uh, Whatever. I don't care enough about it. Timber, Girder, and Conkeldurr. Honestly, all these are pretty ugly to me. Timber is decent enough to be in mid. The other two are pretty bad, though. Put Conkeldurr above Girder, but I don't know. I don't really like this line that much. There are other fighting types that I'd rather use. One of which is coming up, which I did use, which I wish I didn't. Looking back at it, but we'll get there. Tympole, Palpitoad, and Seismitoad. Tympole is cute, but offers nothing else really. Palpitoad just reminds me of that dumb strategy that Ash had to just bring one Pokemon to Elisa. Yeah, and Seismitoad is a slightly better design, but not really anything to write home about. It's pretty ugly too, but like it kind of works, I guess. I don't know. Like there are ugly Pokemon that I think are alright, and there are ugly Pokemon that I hate for being ugly. Yeah, you're not gonna get much clarification from me about why some designs work and some and others don't. So you're gonna have to be okay with that. Sock and throw, or I guess in this case, throw and sock. Um, throw is actually both of these are kind of in the same sort of boat. Um, sock is a little better, just because that's the one I did use when I first played through Unova. Um, but they're both just kind of like I don't really like either of them that much. Put them like there for sock. I'll put them both like right there. They're just kind of whatever designs. I don't know why I used sock. I think I was just probably like I was a kid, so it was probably like I just caught it and then used it. Like I don't know. I have no thought process behind that. um, Swaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny. Swaddle is cute, but nothing stand out. Swadloon is. I mean, I like the concept that it's like bundled up in something, but otherwise it's just less cute than Swaddle, I think. Leavanny is a pretty solid design, though. I might go back and use it someday, but yeah, it's pretty decent, pretty good. Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede. Venipede is kind of whatever. I have no real thoughts at all about this design. Whirlipede, though, is really cool. Um, I'll put it up here in like I think like right there. And Scolipede can go up in excellent too, but it's probably going to go in the bottom of excellent. Um, this was my favorite either bug or poison type from this generation for a while. I think it's because I think I did use this one too, so that's probably why. But but yeah, I mean, even still, the design itself is really solid, and I am glad I used it. If I did, I don't remember. It was so long ago. um, Cottony and Whimsicott. That's its name. I almost forgot that again. um, I think that should be the last time I forget one of these Pokemon's names. I do know most of them actually, despite my evidence to the contrary. Contrary, like superior. uh, Another bad joke. Um, Cottony is whatever. I don't think about it at all. Obviously, um, it's just like fine. I'm gonna move Ember up some. Ember can go like up here. Whimsicott is kind of cute and like a bit better, but still not really anything that special. I think that's fine. I don't know if I'd ever use Whimsicott. Probably not. Um, yeah, it just kind of exists. Yeah. Um, Petalil and Lilligant. Petalil is another Pokemon I don't even think about. Despite the simple design, if you ask me to describe Lilligant's pre-evolution, I wouldn't even know what to tell you, probably, if I couldn't see it. Lilligant is like in the same sort of vein as Whimsicott. It's just kind of whatever. Um, Kind of mediocre grass types across the board. Well, I scrolled down a bit and found some cool ones, so we'll get to those later. But I'm sure you already know which ones I'm talking about. The Basculin versions. I don't even know why there had to be two versions of Basculin. They don't do anything, right? Like, do they even have different stats? I don't think they do. I wouldn't use one anyway. I just don't know. um, it's kind of alright. I mean, I guess it's like something different, but like, whatever, man. Who cares? um, Sandile, Krokorok, and Crocodile. Sandile is pretty cute. Krokorok is a bit cooler. Go somewhere up there. Crocodile is definitely excellent. I'm trying to decide where in excellent, though. Um, I think the bottom is fine. I don't like it as much as a lot of people. Actually, in fact, I'm gonna put Krokorok above him. I don't know. Something about Crocodile. I think it's like this angle. Like I think it's really unflattering, but uh, something about Crocodiles made me not like it as much as a lot of people do. It's still a really cool design, obviously, but yeah. Um, Darumaka and uh, wait, is that Darumaka? I know I just said this. Okay, the big one is Darmanitan. The previous form is Darumaka. Okay, I don't know why I got so confused about that. On no other day would I have gotten confused about that. I guarantee you. Um, Darumaka's all right. Yeah, just like all right. Um, go here. Darmanitan is pretty cool. Um, put him like somewhere up here, I think. Uh, that looks about right. Maractus, unfortunately forgettable Pokemon, but has become so forgettable that it's no longer forgettable. Um, it's pretty decent. Um, if it was more popular, it definitely wouldn't be as forgettable for a lot of people. If it was more, did I say more? If it was more popular, it would be more. It wouldn't be as forgettable. No, if it appeared more throughout the game, rather, because I think you can miss it entirely in a run of Unova, which is crazy. Like I don't. It's not even that you can, because obviously you can run through you can run through basically any Pokemon game without seeing a lot of Pokemon because like people won't use them or whatever. But I'm saying that this is very unlikely to happen because it's such a low spawn rate in like one or two areas and no trainers use them. Dwebble and Crustle. Dwebble is really cute. Um, so let me stand out above you. But Dwebble is also really cute. I think I'll put him like there. And Crustle is cool. I especially really like its shiny. I wouldn't have really thought of Crustle otherwise, probably without the shiny, but I think the shiny is really sick. Um, it's one that I've actively wanted to. I'll leave him there. It's one that I've actively wanted to hunt. And maybe I will at some point. Maybe I'll even do it on stream. Who knows? Um, Scraggy and Scrafty. I just don't really. I can't find it in me to care about these Pokemon at all. They're just kind of alright. Move him more to the top of mid. He still deserves to be up there. Sigilif is a Pokemon that I weirdly like quite a bit. Just such a funky design. I don't know. It was also really hard to fight with my team when I was playing through the game back as a kid because I didn't know better. I was really bad at the game. um, but yeah. Um, I think my stream is way behind, but that's fine. Um, Yamask and Cavagrigus. Yamask is fine. I don't really. It's just kind of whatever, really. Cavagrigus, though, is very cool. I very much like the completed form of this design. Um, I think that's fair. And we'll move Samrat down a bit. Not sure I can stay up there, though. Okay, clearly I should not have spoken so soon. I haven't played Unova as much as I wanted to. Um, it's like Tortuga, or is that this one? I don't know. Tortuga. Or Tortuga Pokemon. Yes, Tortuga is the small one, and evolves into Caracosta, that's right. Okay. Tortuga is fine. Caracosta is pretty cool, but nothing that I would really care to go out of my way to use. Put them in. Put them at the top of the decent at least. I think. I think that's fair. Um, Arkin and Archeops are both pretty cool. Arkin's definitely more on the cute side, obviously. Archeops, though, is a pretty sick design. I think there's a bit too much color there for me, but otherwise, like everything else about this design is really nice. Trubbish and Garbodor. I really don't understand the hate that these Pokemon get. We've had so many anime objects before, just because these ones are literal garbage does not make them that bad. In fact, they're definitely higher for me than they should be because of how much I've heard people talk crap about them. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Zorua and Zoroark, these are both amazing designs. Like, amazing designs. Yeah, that's fair. Zoroark is probably top of the list for me. At least the ones I have there so far. It's not going to stay up there, I can assure you of that. But it's going to stay up there for a while and might remain in the top 3 by the time this is all over. Minccino and Chinchino are both pretty cute. They're kind of just alright. Chinchino just gets fluffier. I don't really get it. Oh, here we go. Oh, I get to talk so much trash about these things. These designs are really bad. This one can go like the top bad. But like, why do these two especially exist? When, wait, what were we supposed to? What were we supposed to get out of this? I don't even know what they're trying to be, except just like human women. I don't know what stereotype or trope they're trying to be a part of. Solosis, Duosian, and what is this one called? God, sorry. I'm gonna take pauses here to look up these things every time. But I God, genuinely, if I was doing this any other day, I would know these. It's just the fact that I'm doing this for a video right now. Um, Reuniclus, right? Solosis and Duosian are pretty unique and interesting while still being cute. Um, Put them like there and there. And Reuniclus is a really solid design. I don't know why it exists. I don't know why they were like, let's make people fight with the fetus and like evolved versions of the fetus. Um, but the design works, so I'm alright with it. Ducklet and Swanna. Ducklet is pretty solid. Swanna is a lot more basic, and therefore will go down in mid. Because it's just kind of whatever. Vanillite, or Vanillish, right? I think I know all the names. I just don't know. I just don't know the order. Vanillite, Vanillish, and Vanilluxe. Okay. I did think that was the order. I just wasn't 100% sure. Something in my brain was stopping me. Vanilla is actually really cute. And similar to the vein of Trubbish, I feel like I have had to defend it a lot from people who hate on it a bit too much. Vanillish is a bit more just alright. No, below Garbodor. And Vanillux is right below, I think, Vanillish. Um, they're really fine designs. Like, when you look past the fact that they look man-made, and remember that we've been having man-made Pokemon since Gen 1, and a lot of them, like, these things are not that bad. Would I call them great, though? So I actually think I'm going to slide all of these down to the top of decent. Because I wouldn't call them great designs. They're alright. The Deerlings and the Sawsbucks. I think I'm going to go ahead and rank these down here first, and then I'll just do my favorite ones. I'll just do my two favorites on the actual tier list. Because these would all fall pretty much in the same spots. Like if this was here, these three would go bam, bam, bam right behind it. So I don't see the need to place all of them on there. They're just different forms. It's not even like a gender difference or anything. It's just the same Pokemon, just later. Um, Deerling is really cute. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, I think I'll put it like somewhere up here. It's genuinely like really adorable. And Sawsbuck has grown on me a lot recently. I actually was watching my friend play through. I don't remember if it was Black and White 1 or Black and White 2, but we came up with a really awesome set with Sawsbuck. I think we had like Swords Dance on there and Hornleech, which was really awesome. I loved coming up with that. It was definitely my favorite Pokemon that they brought on the team. Yeah, I just really liked it. And now I want to actually use one because because I want to try a cool set like that on a Pokemon. I know I don't have to use that one specifically to do so, but whatever. Um, Emolga might be my favorite Pikachu clone. It looks really cute, and I like the electric flying. I think that's a really cool type. And I don't know if, well, I was gonna say I don't know if we've seen anything with that type since it, but then I remember that from Gen 1 we had this typing with Zapdos. Um, but regardless, it is cute and it's a good design, so it can go way up there. Karrablast and Escavalier. Why are Shelmet and Celegar way down there? I'm gonna move those up because they're basically talking about the same Pokemon. Escavalier is really sick. Put it like there. Celegar is a little bit lower, but not by that much. Well, I think that's fair. And then Karrablast and Shelmet are cute, but also kind of whatever. I think that's like a fair spot for them. I do like the gimmick of trading armor when they're traded, though. That's really cool. I think that's amazing. Shroomish and Amoonguss. If I were a lesser man, I would make a joke about that, but I'm not going to. Amoonguss is kind of cute, but I don't really think of anything of it. And Amoonguss is kind of cool, but I don't think anything of it. There's nothing really that I think about when it comes to these Pokemon. The Frillishes are super weird designs. Like, I don't hate them, but they're just, like, okay, I guess. Jellicent is cool, though. I think I'll put it somewhere, like, up here. At least the male one. The female one can go a bit lower, because the face is a lot weirder. At least the male one reminds me of the Pringles Man, as it does with a lot of people. But this one is just, I don't know, it's just weird. Gamer when he sees a woman's face. No, that's obviously not. Alomomola. Why wasn't this an evolution of Love Disc again? I mean, it's fine. Just why? Why wasn't it? It's just kind of whatever, man. Like, sure. Joltik is a very cute Pokemon, one of the cuter ones of this generation. I'll go ahead and put it so high as it's really cute, man. It's an adorable design. I'll put it above Zorua. Yeah, I'll do it. Galvantula is not as cute, but somewhat cooler. Maybe like there. I think that works. Ferroseed and Ferrothorn. It is not Ferroseed and Ferrothorn. I will fight you on that, even though that's the official pronunciations. Um, we'll put it next to the other Spiky boy. Ferrothorn is. God, I just got myself saying it. Ferrothorn is very cool. I'll put him like there. Kling Clang and Kling Clang. I just think they were pretty mid, but then I still think they're just alright, but like I like them more than I used to. We'll go like there, I think, something like that. Tynamo, Electric, and Electros. Tynamo is really cute. I like his little face. I like the I don't know, I just think it's really cute. Something like there. Electric is a very strange design. Um, I don't like it that much, but it's like fine, I guess. Um, sorry, just moving this down some. And Electros is my favorite Pokemon on the list so far. I don't know if it's my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. It's definitely up there, though. The fact that it has no weaknesses is decently unique as Pokemon goes. I mean, obviously, stuff like Spiritomb had that before in Sableye, but then they removed that with Fairy. Electros still has no weaknesses except with a specific ability or move, and I think that's really cool. And also, just like the design itself is really awesome. And yes, even in the 3D models, I don't care what people say. ORAS did not ruin the design. X and Y did not ruin the design. I don't even know if it's in X and Y, but its design did not get ruined in the new games with the 3D models. It's still just as cool as it was before. Um, Elgium and Beheum are okay at best. Um, I I find them very forgettable, and I have no reason to even want to think about them because I don't care enough. Liwick is really cute, like really cute. I think that works. Lampent is a lot more whatever. Awkward middle stage problems. And Chandelure is definitely one of the best Pokemon of the region. I'd put it like there. Um, well, there are definitely arguments for higher or lower. Um, but I think that's about where I'd place it. Axew's cute, but nothing to write home about too much. Fracture is about as cool as Axew is cute. I'd say I like it a bit more, though. Actually, put Axew above Snivy. I'll put him right below Snivy. And then Haxorus is definitely an excellent tier. Probably like there. It's hard to say, but definitely somewhere up there towards the top. Um, Beartick and Beware? No, Beware is a different Pokemon. Cubchoo and Beartick. Okay. Cubchoo is kind of cute, but I don't really like the snot nose thing that it's got going on. It could have been much cuter without that. I don't. It's not. I get what it's referencing, but like it didn't have to. And then Beware implies a lot of things with that frozen beard. Um, if you go based off of this, and I'm not a fan of that. It's a cool design. It is, except for that and the hair in weird places. Uh, but otherwise, yeah, it's just not. It's a fine design. Other than that, I just wish it didn't have those things because it didn't need to. Cryogonal. It's cool. Literally. Um, but I don't really think about him that much. And yeah. He's fine. Stunfisk is another one of those Pokemon that Gets a lot of hate, and I just think he's adorable. Like I don't know why he gets hate personally. I'd put him even above like some of these Pokemon, or Tepig at least. I think I think Stunfisk is really cute personally. Um, Next is Mean Fu and Mean Xiao, which it should be Mian Fu and Mian Xiao, but it's not a part of this particular conversation. Um, Mian Fu, um, which I'm gonna call it that, can go like at the top of mid. I don't care about it, but it's pretty alright, I guess. Mian Xiao can go a little bit higher, but I'm not particularly interested in using it. I guess the fighting types in this generation aren't that great from my perspective. But sure, I don't have to like all of them, just like everyone else doesn't have to like all the Pokemon that I like. But speaking of Pokemon that I like, Druddigon, pretty solid. Um, Not an amazing design overall, um, but I think he looks cool, and I think a lot of people gave this guy a little bit of shit, um, which he didn't deserve. Uh, just because he looks a little bit goofy, but that's fine. Um, Golett and Golurk. Um, Golett is decently cute, but nothing all that noteworthy. Golurk is sick. Um, Definitely somewhere up in this excellent tier. Um, I'll put him like there somewhere. I think that works. Poniard and Bisharp. Poniard is a decent first stage design. Does his job really well. And he becomes a really cool Pokemon as a result, which I cannot hate, especially since it's a chess reference. And I like chess, even though I'm really terrible at it. Bouffalant is a pretty strong design. Not one that I think about that much, but otherwise, I mean, it is a really good design. I just don't, it just doesn't come up that much. Rufflet and Braviary. Rufflet is cute, but nothing really beyond that. Braviary is sick. Should definitely go somewhere up here, I think. Uh, Maybe like there. I think that works. Volibeye is not a good design. I don't know what they're 2 for 2 on the Pokemon who look like they're wearing diapers. Um, in this generation, I don't know if that's what they were trying to do both times, but it's whatever. Um, Mandibuzz is all right. Um, it's brought down a little bit lower by the fact that it looks like it's giving me some kind of seductive look. Um, but uh, but yeah, it's fine. Heatmore, my boy. See, this is gonna cause me to go on a little bit of a rant here. So I hope you guys like my rants because here it comes. Now that Pokemon is embracing the sort of open world style of gameplay, at least somewhat, at least to some degree for some of their games, um, they need to let us catch Pokemon a lot earlier now. Um, the fact that you couldn't get Heatmore or Durant until the Victory Road in Gen 5 is insane. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Who in their right mind is going to catch Heatmore or Durant at that point in the game and put it on their team? Like, seriously put the effort to grinding them up to the rest of their team members and use them. Who is going to do that, actually? They're both cool Pokemon, and I wish they came earlier so that would be reasonable to put them on your team if you wanted to use them. But it's just not. It's just not. You're not getting through all of Gen 5 just to use Heatmore or Durant. It's not going to happen. They're not even particularly good for the gyms that you've... Not the gyms. For the Elite Four members. Or, I guess Heatmore's kind of good for, Alder. But why? Why would you do that? Now that the game is open world, I think that if you can't catch at least, like, the first form of basically any one or two stage... Or 2 or 3 stage line by the time you get to, like, the 4th gem, that's just actually gatekeeping. Like, because of that, beyond that point, why are you ever gonna catch the first stage form of one of those Pokemon after that. Like, why would you do that? You get it way too late, and then you have to grind it up to the rest of the team. Especially with the XP share, all your other Pokemon are going to be even more over leveled. Like, why? What is the point? What is the point of catching something like this past like Gym 6? You're not gonna use it unless you really like these specific Pokemon. But like it's open world. Just let us somehow scale the wild Pokemon to the gym badges. At least with some limits, there should be some. I'm not saying you should be able to go catch like a Salamence at level 5, right? Looking at you, Sun and Moon. I don't know if that was even intended, but you know, whatever. That's not the point. Um, but yes, within reason, you should be able to use whatever Pokemon you want, however early you want. Again, within reason, obviously. Heatmore at level 6 would be insanely broken. I'm not saying that you should just be able to catch any Pokemon you want, however early, and put it on your team. There have to be some restrictions, obviously. But, like, come on. Really? We do not have to wait to the victory road to use these two. Like, it is not worth it. They're not that good. And even if they were that good, why is any Pokemon restricted to that late in the game? Surely you could have caught them at least, like, right before the 8th gym or something. Surely. Especially with how high the level caps are in Unova. Like, they're so high that you can't use Hydreigon in the Elite Four. Like, surely they could have figured out a way to fit these two in a little bit earlier. But, whatever. I've got a bit of a tangent. Dino Hydreigon. What is your name? Gosh darn it. I think my rant, is Zwilus. Or Zwilus. Whichever. Dino is alright. And the tuft of hair thing, like covering the face, I don't know what they were going for there. I genuinely don't. But Zwilus is down lowish for that reason as well. It's just kind of whatever. Hydreigon, though, is definitely one of the coolest Pokemon of this region. It's not even close. It is genuinely just that amazing. Yeah, I mean, some parts of its proportion are a bit weird, but like I don't even care. Like usually, I just look at this thing and think it's really cool and awesome. And like I just said, with Heatmore Endurant, I wish I could use it in the actual game instead of just these two fuckers. But whatever, it's fine. I don't care. I'm not mad or anything. Larvesta and Volcarona. Larvesta is alright. The Striking Blue-Eye actually carries this Pokemon a lot. The rest of the design is just okay, but the Blue-Eye makes it stand out a lot more. Volcarona is sick, and I definitely want to use one. It's just the same that it takes so long to evolve, but that's just a lot of Pokemon in Gen 5, right? I'll put it like there. Alright, now on to the legendaries. Oh boy. Cobalion is a pretty solid design. We'll put it somewhere like up here. Terrakion is a little bit less cool, but still pretty dang cool. Alright. And Virizion is unfortunately the least cool because the fact that you can just call it Verizon and have it make sense is really funny to me. But the design is just kind of mediocre. Compared to the others, at least. Now comes the reason why this gen gets compared to Gen 1 a lot because it introduced the same number of Pokemon. And here comes the part where this one might start to dip a little bit compared to Kanto. Is these 6, I guess, guys. What the fuck? Why did you make 3 buff men with weird, ugly animal forms? Like the Therian forms aren't even that cool. They're not cool at all. Like I've never wanted to get these things in either of their forms. Not a single one of them. Thunderous is the best one, and he's fine. That's all he is. Tornadus is like the just color swapped version, basically. So I guess he's fine too. Landorus is I'd probably feel similar, but the fact that he's facing me head on makes me very uncomfortable. I'll put him even down there. To be honest, the Therian forms might even be worse. Like, there's there's such weird proportions, and the faces are so ugly on these things. Like I really don't like them. Like, honestly, I just do not like them. I don't know how you got me to like the three buff men more than these things, because these things should be cool as hell, but they're not. All right, immediate change of scenery. Reshiram is going straight to the top of this list. I don't know if it's number one. It's somewhere up there. Yeah, fuck it. We'll put it at number one, and Zekrom will go pretty close below it. These are two really awesome designs. They're really strong legendary designs. I always preferred Reshiram because I prefer the color white to black generally. But still, they are incredible. Just such excellent box cover legendaries for those games. The Curams are fine. Like I get the appeal, I do, but they're just not. They just don't hit the same, in my opinion. The Zekrom Black is the coolest, I guess. It's just a real disappointment to me that these guys look. I mean, they still look good. I won't say that they don't. It's just that compared to these two behemoths of legendary Pokemon, they turn into these things. I wish we got to see the true form of Kyurem because I think that would be really sick. Keldeo, I don't even really know what this form is from, so I'm just gonna rank this form. Because I'm sure the other one's just like when you give it an item or it's an anime only thing or something. I don't really know. Keldeo is pretty cool, I guess. I don't think much about it, but I guess it's got a pretty strong design. And I wouldn't mind seeing more stuff with it involved. Meloetta is pretty cool. I actually like the normal form more than the other one, the fighting one. It's pretty cool. Fighting one can go. The reason I'm ranking this one and not the Keldeo one is because this one barely changes anything. This one at least changes enough, including the typing, to make it worth my while to rank it. And I'll put it like here. Genesect is cool. I don't particularly need to see more about it like a lot of people do. A lot of people really like Genesect. I think it's like cool. Like I'm not particularly inclined to care if I get more stuff involving it. Yeah, that's my Unova ranking. Thank you all for watching. I'd love to hear your opinions about mine in the comments below. I'm sure so many Emboar and Genie lovers will come to their defense, and I'm sure the Reshiram, Zekrom haters will attack me in the comments. But yeah, this is my list. I really like it, obviously. And I hope you all like it too. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.